What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update and related news report. We got a lot to cover, so let's jump right into it. Just don't forget to give this video a like down below. It really helps out our channel. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos. Okay, let's go. The stock market hit an all-time high today as the Dow Jones Stock Index passed over 30,000 points for the first time ever. It's kind of crazy to me that we're in a pandemic. We're seeing all-time record high new virus cases every single day almost, within near record all-time high cases almost every single day of new positive people. And we're seeing second shutdowns and second lockdowns, and yet the stock market is reaching new all-time highs every single day almost. The stock market is up on Joe Biden's pick for new Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who is the former Federal Reserve chairman and is very pro-stimulus and pro-economy and wants to pump more money into the economy and for Americans via stimulus right away. This new stimulus news, in addition to the CDC director saying that the vaccine will actually be rolled out within the next 3 weeks, starting as early as the second week in December, has prompted Wall Street to rally significantly and reach an all-time high. The CDC director said that there will be a hierarchy to who will receive the vaccine first based on risk and exposure. Quote, initially in a hierarchical way, nursing home residents and then some combination of healthcare providers and individuals at risk for a poor outcome. And those decisions are in the process of being finalized as we speak. He goes on to say, I do think we'll have about 40 million doses of the vaccine before the end of the first year. Chief to the White House vaccine development team said that people could be receiving vaccines as soon as 48 hours after the vaccine is approved. However, the majority of Americans will not be receiving or even be able to receive vaccines until quarter 1 or quarter 2 of 2021, which is why almost every economist known to man at this point says that they need to pass more stimulus now to prevent our economy and to prevent millions of people from going into poverty while we wait this vaccine transition out, which could take up to the next 6 months. In addition to that, 40 to 50% of people say that they are unwilling or not ready yet to take the vaccines, and some people want to wait it out and see what happens. Nearly 700 Chicago area nurses walked off the job because of medical conditions, and these workers are also demanding at least $15 an hour of hazard pay for all the employees and a sufficient supply of PPE. Now, we have seen hazard pay from individual companies such as Amazon and Walmart across the United States, but we haven't seen it through a large federal stimulus package. It has been included in previous stimulus packages, such as the HEROES Act, that only passed the House and did not pass the Senate. I haven't really had any new news regarding hazard pay, which is really why I haven't covered it lately, because there just hasn't been any new news about hazard pay. However, as they're working on these new negotiations, and now as they're saying that there's $800+ billion already available sitting there from previous stimulus packages, and they want to use this money to pass more stimulus without even having to print any new money, the possibility for hazard pay to come out of that because this money is already available is a possibility. We have had a lot of positive news regarding stimulus over the last 48 hours or so about this $800 billion that the Treasury actually got back from the Federal Reserve and is now actually able to be spent. They just have to figure out where to allocate it and what and if certain parts of this money needs to be passed again by Congress. That is still unclear at this moment, but there's up to $800 billion that are available And we've had recent information that the Democrats and the Biden team want to push to make a deal now, to get a deal done before the end of the year so that they can pass something now to prevent the economy from crashing before the new Congress comes in January, and then work on another stimulus package again in January. So they want to pass one now, and they know that this will mean to compromise coming down from $2 to $3 trillion to a lower package to get a deal done with the Republicans. The Senate Republicans only want to spend about $500 billion to $1 trillion. However, with that additional $800 billion, that does take us close to $2 trillion. That's where the negotiations were pretty much almost exactly before the elections, when the White House had actually offered Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats $1.9 trillion in a stimulus package, which would have been enough money for a $1,200 stimulus check, a $500 check for all dependents, although the White House did say that they wanted checks for dependents to be as high as $1,000 this time around, and for checks to go out to all dependents this time around. So that would have had enough money for stimulus checks and an unemployment extension. The Republicans want $300 per week. The Democrats want $600 per week, which is $2,400 per month. And the Problem Solvers Caucus, which is a bipartisan group of both Democrats and Republicans, want $450 per week. There was also mortgage and rental assistance in there, which has been the main way that we've been seeing stimulus passed over the last month. We have dozens of states, cities, and counties, probably hundreds at this point, that are passing stimulus to residents of their own states and cities. They're using this money from the CARES Act, which was the first stimulus package passed. The average amount of money was over $1 billion that went to each state. And some of those states are using that money to give mortgage and rental assistance for their residents. And here are some new state and local stimulus plans that are passing stimulus right now. I'm trying to bring you new states and cities every single video with new stimulus plans that are being passed right now that is providing money for their residents. Number one is Nassau County, Florida. They have now announced a second round of stimulus relief starting on Thursday for their residents in Nassau County, Florida. In addition to that, Kingston, New York's mayor has announced a new rental assistance program. Also, a lot of these rental assistance programs actually equate to thousands of dollars to people in these states, counties, and cities. So I recommend you stay tuned. I will be keeping you up to date with all of these as I find out about more. In addition to that, New Mexico's governor is calling for an emergency payment plan of $1,200 stimulus checks to New Mexico unemployed residents. New Mexico lawmakers are drafting a virus relief bill that will be considered on Tuesday during a one-day legislative session called by Governor Michelle Grisham. So New Mexico is trying to draft a $1,200 stimulus check for some of their residents, and Colorado is actually doing the same. I mentioned that a day or two ago also. So there's multiple states that are coming out with stimulus plans like this across the United States. Some of these plans are for unemployed workers. Some of these plans are for mortgage and rental assistance. Some of these plans are for utility bills. Some of these plans are actually gift cards to use to buy groceries. Some of them are just stimulus checks to their residents, as we've seen in Orlando, Florida. Orange County, Florida did $1,000 stimulus checks, I think 3 different rounds to cover people that didn't get stimulus checks the first time around. There's all these different plans that are coming out right now. I will be keeping you updated with all these. If you know of any other stimulus plans that are going on in your state or your area, comment them down below so that our viewers can read about them. And if I see any, I will bring them to everybody's attention. But feel free to read through the comments and see any stimulus check plans that are going on right now in other areas. And don't forget to like this video if you haven't yet, and click the share button down below and share this video so others like you will know about these stimulus plans and stimulus checks going out. I will be keeping you guys updated as soon as new information comes out. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check videos next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have a discount code down below for Black Friday that is a $200 discount off my Amazon selling training program. That link will be in the description for you down below. If you want to know how that works, click on this video to see how Amazon selling works. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.